Next this evening, a surge in rough sleeping in Nottinghamshire's market towns and villages. Well, tonight we're with outreach workers finding homeless people outside in freezing temperatures. They're also helping people who've bedded down in tents and stairwells. And as our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball reports, they're just trying to save some lives.
Yeah, it's all stuff there, but it's not there.
Searching hidden corners in Hucknall at 5 a.m. Searching for people spending the night exposed to the elements.
We found girls sleeping in there. The floorboards are falling through. There's wiring dangling from the ceiling. Absolutely terrible.
We're with Harriet and Richard from the Nottinghamshire Street Outreach team.
Hello.
It's been 3 degrees below freezing. This tent's covered with ice.
We're going to have a look inside the tent just to make sure you're all right.
It's empty. They might have found somewhere warmer because conditions like this can be lethal.
I found somebody passed away in a tent in Retford, and it was -6.
Just horrific for you as well.
Yeah, really horrific, yeah.
Is there anything we can do with regards to moving inside? No, not interested.
This man's been living outside for years. They sometimes find him without a blanket.
Right, there's hot chocolate, some food and all.
And Rich has been sleeping rough since last summer.
And see what we can do, all right.
He wants help to find supported accommodation, but he missed his last appointment.
I just sleep down the side of these trolleys here. Just because I know that it's under shelter and I know that it's safe because it's on cameras.
What's it like? It must be horrendous in these conditions.
It's absolutely freezing. It's horrible. Like,
You've got your sleeping bag and your mat.
I've got a little mattress thing here. It's scary. I've been beat up, all sorts. It is absolutely horrible.
I really hope it works out for you, mate.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.
God bless.
A few miles north, the first hint of daybreak. And just look at this. This has been somebody's home since last July, where in Woodland, right in the centre of Kirkby and Ashfield, there's a chair here, empty milk bottles here, and down here, a frozen pair of shoes by the fire with some empty cans of cold baked beans. This is someone's home.
It's a mixture of reasons. I think people can't afford to live in private rented accommodation anymore. People surfing with people. There's pressures there for them. We're seeing quite a few people released from prison onto the street.
So it's not just about having a roof over people's head then?
No, there isn't the right kind of accommodation with support in order for people to kind of regain the skills needed to live indoors.
Then to Sutton in Ashfield, it's this man's first night sleeping rough. He's offered a sleeping bag and a cheap mobile phone.
We really need to start looking for somewhere to get you inside.
They've spent months trying to persuade this man to get more help. Someone's let him use their car because the garages where he'd been sleeping are so cold and damp. Then to these council flats where a couple and a single woman are bedded down. They need specialist support.
Are you all right? 2 of them don't engage with us. 1 of them we do engage with. So it was just checking that she's okay today.
And round the corner from Kingsmill Hospital, someone's been sleeping under this bridge.
It's warm. That's a hospital blanket, isn't it?
Seeing people go into accommodation, seeing them stay there as well, that's the most rewarding part. When you've got that wraparound support around somebody and you see them thriving.
And while the view might look idyllic, the lifestyle's anything but. It's life at its lowest ebb.
Oh, Jeremy, I mean, do you know, sadly, we're kind of used to seeing people sleeping rough in our cities, but this isn't in the cities. This is different.
Yeah, and it's different because a lot of it is so much more hidden, Anne. And of course, the challenge isn't just finding people somewhere to stay. Some of these people can't get tenancies because of their track record, for instance. I'm told one couple have been evicted several times. Other people have got convictions. Many of them, of course, need accommodation with support workers on site. And we can show you the numbers that were identified in Nottinghamshire last year. 592 different people who spent at least one night sleeping rough. That's a huge rise, 76% up on the previous year. Across the boundary in the city of Nottingham, they found more than 1,300 rough sleepers. Very large numbers, but that is actually down on the previous year. Partly, they think, because they've opened 4 new hostels there.
The city's been able to make good use of central government funding grants and frameworks supported in terms of bringing additional units online. So, for example, we had opened a further 3 buildings at the end of last year, which has helped to get people directly off the streets.
And how challenging is it at the moment to continue providing all those services that are needed?
It's been really difficult. We've seen a diminishing of the resources that go into properly funded supported housing, and we've seen massive growth in the need for affordable housing.
And what about the rest of the East Midlands? Do we know what's happening there?
Well, we don't have those latest numbers yet, but in the past, Nottingham has really been the hot spot. There were far fewer rough sleepers found in either Derby or Leicester. And there is advice, actually, if you do find someone sleeping rough, the advice from Framework is to call this 24-hour hotline. It's 0800 066 5356. And they say if you'd prefer to text or email, you can find those details on their website.